All right, part three, or maybe you're watching this first before the other ones. I'm just talking a little bit about how Live Better Faster. I claim that it can help you advance, certain goals, and I talked a little bit about fitness or health, more specifically, and then a little bit about career and how you can advance that or side hustle. And then now I want to talk a little bit about relationships because I think that's super important. In terms of what I want to talk about now is things that I'm working on and maybe you're trying to be conscious of as well. And that's being a better dad and a better husband. There are times when I feel pretty darn good about myself and feel like I'm, kind of honorable mention, dad of the region or something like that. And then, of course, there's days where I'm worst dad ever. And as far as the spousal thing goes, some days I'm just like, all right, riding high. I did some good things. And then some days I'm like, ooh, got some work to do. But that's the deal, right? We're all a work in progress, just time to get better. So how can faith, action, stamina, toughness, energy, and righteousness, believe you can do it, keep going no matter what, be positive and do what's right? How can that work with relationships? Well, first of all, you have to believe. I know I can be a great dad and a great husband, and that's step number one in anything, is to believe that you can do it. Then the action is sometimes you have to set goals, which is kind of unique around relationships, but they could be as simple as I want to spend 15 minutes or a half hour with, I have a beautiful daughter and a son, and both of them, sometimes we try and spend time together, sometimes independently. And with my wife, it's, I want to do 2 date nights. It doesn't have to necessarily be going anywhere, but just where her and I can be focused on each other for X amount of time. So you can define your own goals and parameters with what you want to accomplish to elevate your relationships, but then you have to sustain that, right? You have to incorporate, and once you take that initial action, repeat it and what's working well. The toughness comes along with, again, what's working well. And oh man, that's really tricky to try and do a half hour with one child, a half hour with the other. Well, guess what? Sometimes I combine it, and we have great time together. And I hope that my kids can be best friends. I know they can be vinegar and oil sometimes, or vinegar and water sometimes too. But I think that they are going to be friends for life because of the times that they spend together. And if my wife and I can help facilitate that and be a part of it, that's just all the better. So that's, working on the stamina and the toughness of what's going right, what can we do better, and kind of always self-evaluating. The energy, I just try and carry a positive. I'm not always going to, have the greatest day, but I sure as heck want to make sure that my kids see a smile on daddy's face and exude happiness, and that my wife, when she's had a rough day, I can try and lift her up a little bit, and we can all just try and have a positive energy in our household. And I think that that's going to be something that hopefully my kids can carry with them forever, to know that a positive energy is going to be so great and beneficial in their life, and they can lift others up when they're down. Nothing is better as a parent than when you get the report from school, oh no, an email from the teacher, and it says, want to just congratulate you that your son or daughter did an awesome job today. So they saw somebody on the playground that was by themselves, or that was upset, and they lifted them up. I'm just like, yes, that's fantastic. So hopefully that's something that with the energy, that's part of it. And then the righteousness, as far as what I try and do, again, far from perfect, but if I can teach my kids to be kind, be a good listener, and to have fun, and they can incorporate all three on the daily, that is going to help them in life. They try and, when they say please and thank you almost excessively, that's a win for me, because I know they'll incorporate that through life. And just doing what's right to keep Erica, my wife, at the front of my priority list, and let her know that it just doesn't have to be day after day repetition, status quo, that I can try and go above and beyond sometimes to make her feel special, because that's why we got into this beautiful union called marriage, is because we love each other more than anything else. And so sometimes I just have to remind myself of doing what's right to lift my kids up, to lift my wife up, and just to be the best man I can be through Live Better Faster, and incorporate that with my wife and kids. So that's my blurb about relationships. I'm no expert, but just want to give you my 2 cents on how I think you could potentially incorporate it. God bless, and thanks for your time.